Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. Okay, so I must admit I did get a channel download and this message is annoying me. The energy kind of came earlier today. So I went to a place and I woke up feeling ridiculously happy, right? Like I know what my energy is. And so when I went to this place, I was like, ooh, maybe it's this place that doesn't feel right. And so I was like, I can't wait to get out of here. So I got myself out of there and I was just sitting in the parking lot and I was like, you know what? Like the feeling's still there. And like I just couldn't shake it. It was in my stomach. It made me feel sick to my stomach. And I was like, this isn't me. Like this is not my energy. And I tried to like just sit and like maybe it'll go away, but it didn't. So I'm driving home and I was like, you know what, Spirit? Like, I know who I am. I know what my energy is. It's not right for me to have to feel this feeling. That's not mine. And then, boom, that's when they kind of like put me in like this trance download state because I was like on the highway. Things were like safe to finally like give the messages. And I got so many song downloads. How did it start? It started off, actually, let me just tell you the songs that I listened to first, and then we can maybe say the message that I got from it. So it started off with Ruby Soho by Rancid, and then that's not the next one they played. What's the next one they played? Train in Vain, Stand By Me by The Clash, One More Minute by Authority Zero, What Goes Around Comes Around by Catch 22, and then I Want to Conquer the World by Bad Religion. And so I'm going to tag them below. I don't know if you'll get messages from this, but this message annoyed me so much. And let's get into the download. So the very first thing that kind of popped out was this gross, sick feeling. And then Spirit kind of came in and was like, "Aw, like that's so cute. They think that they can control the way that your life unfolds." So there's someone out there who has this power manipulative vendetta or something. I don't know. It's just a gross energy. And I just get people conniving and scheming. And like I say, it makes me sick to my stomach. And if this message is for you, I don't feel like you did anything wrong. In fact, like the message came out very clear that you were a very well-rounded individual. And so I pulled some cards. There's some devilish action going on. It seems like someone is, I don't know, again, they must have two faces or something. So we're going to use the occult tarot because there is this like underlying gross energy that just needs to come up and out. It needs to be purged. Because Spirit's like, oh, that's so cute. They think that they can control your life. But in reality, Spirit controls everything. So whoever this energy is, it's like they're going against Spirit and the fates of the Norns and things like that. So it's actually like a very big deal. And so if this is for you, like I'm going to send you tons of love because it's bullshit. So the next one we're going to use is the Angel Tarot. Then I felt drawn to use the Outlaw Oracle, and then we have Divine Feathers. I did pull one from the Outlaw and the Divine Feathers, and the one that came out with the Outlaw, just like underlying energy. I already got this huge channeled message, but this is like confirmation to my confirmation of the message. But we got Heat Wave, and that is oppression and exhaustion. So someone's like really trying to oppress something. And then the next one to come out was the Crow. And the Crow was in reverse, which is universal laws. Truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your own reality. And that's what I kept hearing is like, oh, that's so cute that they think that they can control your reality. They think that by being behind the scenes and trying to manipulate how your destiny goes, that they have power. But these people, their power, Spirit's not happy. They're abusing their power. with oppression and exhaustion. I almost see them, well, we'll get into it. They're going to exhaust themselves out. And so, universal law, like, you can't stop universal law. You can't stop the truth. The truth will always come out. Truth and time tell all. And so, let's get into my downloaded musical message. Because once the music came on, by the second song, that grossness was out of my heart, my stomach. My heart wasn't in this. These people have no heart. Who's no heart? Oh, isn't that the bad guy in Care Bears? These people don't care. Whoever this message, like, they don't care about you. They can pretend to be. And what I get also is that it's almost like a family or community dynamic. There's structures there. They keep showing wolves, and wolves have been coming out in the stories for a while, but this one is like that hidden thing. Whereas the other one was how do you work in society together and get along? This one is like that I don't know, there's something like, it's like being hunted or something. And they're like, ha ha ha, they don't know what's going on. But spirit, you can't hide anything from spirit. And so that energy I got hit with, and I was like, is it the environment I'm in right now? And I don't know if it was or not. But like I said, I left it, I sat. Normally it should be gone by then. But once I was driving, once I got on the highway, boom, download after download after download. And you just know which one, like, there's still intensity, but I don't feel it anymore. Because I was like, damn it, spirit, like, whoever this message is for, like, you must not feel that great. Like, I feel like there's a lot of doubt, a lot of people talking behind the scenes. Like, I don't know, it's like a paranoid type energy. And that's almost like what they kind of put you in. Because it smiles to your face, but all the time, they're backstabbing. So, that is a previous download. Okay, yeah, so music download, Ruby Soho by Rancid and The Clash, Train in Vain, Stand By Me were the two main ones. And so the first thing that I saw was somebody leaving. Somebody, and that's the energy I got, was like, maybe it's you, your energy, you taking your energy back. Because I feel like you're giving to these people and they're just really bad intentions for you or whoever this message is for. And then there was a part in the Clash song that said, you don't understand my point of view. And then boom, spirit came in and it was like, spirit chimed in about the point of view part and it was like, yes, they would have if you only spoke up. So that's the thing, is like, everything's behind the scenes. They're telling the story of how you will react. Oh, you're so dramatic, you're not going to be able to understand. You can't understand my point of view and why I did something so shitty to you. And so that's what Spirit's saying, is like, this person actually has a very good emotional intelligence, and they're just a very grounded, well open, heart-centered person. Scented. What about scented? I'm hearing pine scented. Now they're showing them trying to clean up. I feel like things have been exposed, and they're very much right now trying to like clean up their tracks and hide what they've done behind the scenes. But the train's going to keep coming. The truth is going to keep coming. You can't hide the truth from spirit, and spirit is spilling the beans. And these people, oh yeah, there was a part where I was driving and I was like, well, give me a color to represent this. And the people's energy, they kind of came in as this crystal clear blue. And then spirit's like, no, they turned it brown. They're like, these people are full of shit. Like, they're going to give you something like calm, clear, crystal waters, but they're full of shit. That's what it is. And so it said, like, they're like, nope, you just can't understand my point of view because these people are doing something shitty. And if I told you that I was doing something shitty to you, really, I did this because I have a fear or a lack of self-worth within me. And rather than choose peace and harmony, I think you're gonna overreact. And so I'm not gonna tell you. They're judging you, thinking that you are going to judge them. And in doing so, they created so much disharmony within themselves and the community and within this one person. Because I see this one person being so loving. It's like a nurturing, loving, open-hearted energy. And they think that this blow is like going to cause this person to overreact and be dramatic and things. But instead, they say nothing. And by saying nothing, you keep them out in the cold. And so when they're in the cold, you are still manipulating, right? They're manipulating behind the scenes, which now has turned into a betrayal. And then the thing that I saw this person actually getting mad at wasn't the fact that this person could come with a hard conversation, right? They can handle the hard conversations. It's the people who are not speaking up. They can't deal with their own shit. They can't deal with a hard conversation, yet they keep fucking talking. Blah, 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 blah. Just say the truth, get the truth out, put all the facts on the table. But no, they can't do that. They're like, pss, 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 and it's gossip and it's drama and it's bullshit, Spirit keeps saying. And so, yeah, they're like, yeah, this person just can't understand, but this person does understand. And so the more that they're whispering, ahaha, we got away with it. They don't know what's going on. We control this person's life and they're at the whims of our fate. But Spirit, again, has been watching the whole time and they're not going to allow it. Because what I get is this person is a real happy person, a real open-hearted person. And this person is following their fate, right? It's their destiny to be weaved to go this way. And all these people keep doing is causing blockages. And the Spirit's getting pissed off because it's like, we didn't ask you to come over here. We didn't ask you to do this stuff. You're actually interfering with the fate of another. And now you're enduring a lot of karma building up. And so they think they're getting away with it. We're crystal clear blue. We're clear blue skies. But that's it. I see the blue. There's the crow. There's some blue. And then crystal blue skies. But clouds are coming in. The storm is coming. And they just are so oblivious to it. So they're like, this person doesn't even know how much we have fucked them over. They're so gullible. They're so dumb. Because that's it. They're so nice. And every time they keep showing up, they keep being nice to these people. Oh, they're so dumb and gullible. We're doing such mean things. Like, why are they still nice to us? But Spirit said, but because they refuse to have a hard conversation, and by doing so, they perceive the other person as gullible. But in reality, the only person who's getting a negative kickback is the guilt that builds up within them. So they kept saying gullible and guilt. I don't know. It's like they're trying to take this garbage and this toxic whatever and like pollute someone else's garden, right? I don't want their seeds to grow. I don't want them to have abundance. But it's almost like I see them throwing, right? These people are full of shit. They're shit talking. They're throwing all this dirt at this other person. And really, they're just fertilizing this other person's garden. But the toxins of that and everything is stuck in their garden. And so guilt, there's something within them because Spirit right now is so angry. And that's why I was like, Spirit, like, why do I have this is not my energy. Even right now, I'm like, oh, thank God, my stomach feels better. Sometimes being empathic that way is just not the best, but I also know it's a superpower. You have to learn to control it. But the mind to know that that's not your energy is the most important thing, right? So I really feel like whoever this is for, there's a lot of people projecting awful stuff on you. So the more you just keep clearing, and I feel like meditating can help, but it's like face your shit. As my one teacher, lean into the sword, lean into the hard things. That's why they're like, oh, this person can't deal with a hard conversation. And Spirit's like hell they can't, because this is the type of energy that will turn around like bison and go for the storm, right? Run to it, because what? They're going to run through it to the center and to the safety. But they've already missed half of it by being focused and determined and driven. And the saying my teacher kept saying was to lean into the sword. It's better to lean into the sword and heal than to die a death of 1,000 paper cuts. And that's that thing cutting you over and over and over and over. You're always bleeding all over. And that's what I kind of get is this talking. It's like there's always a little problem, a little fire, but it's of their own making. So what else? They show the individual being a very mature, wise person who can understand hard conversations. But here's the thing. If the other people had just learned to deal with the hard truth, and that's what it is. Spirit says, if this is a hard truth. The more you keep running from it, the scarier, the harder it's going to be. Like at the beginning, it was just this little. You could have dealt with it. It was a tough conversation, but whatever. Maybe someone's feelings would have been hurt, but they would have understood. What they don't understand is how you wouldn't deal with it and you did this and this and this and this. All that other stuff that you were a weak person, like whoever the people talking, but they were a weak person. They can't understand just why didn't you just tell me the truth at the beginning? Like clearly these people do not see this one energy. They see them as happy, but they also see them as dumb and gullible, and that these people are smarter. But these people they just don't know how grounded this person is in love, and that being open and loving and vulnerable is their superpower. The ability to, I almost feel like this person, yeah, maybe they'll stand up for things and be like, yo, that's not fair, this ain't right, blah, blah, blah. But they're also very loving. They're showing me that this person has gone through really tough things in the past. And that's why, to them, I don't know, they just keep seeing it as young or dumb, gullible something. So that was the main message. And the whole thing of it was like, to the person who's doing the work, I don't feel like there's much for you to have to worry about. It's just an awareness to know that when this comes, that it's a them problem, not a you problem. And if someone really thinks that they can control and manipulate your circumstances, right? Maybe they are your boss or your landlord or your teacher or your something, your parent, right? It's like a power dynamic. They don't have power over you. Spirit has power over them. And I feel like they're gonna come back and like, I don't know, we'll let the cards say it, but I was gonna feel like they're either going to come back and like try to befriend you, or they're just gonna go through really hard karma. But really, let's see what Spirit wants to share through the cards. Not too long, Spirit. We got places to be, people to see. And I heard that's what pisses them off even more. Because it's like, why is this not affecting you? Like, how do you keep rising ranks? Like, and I think that's it. They see you as below, but really you're equal. Because everyone's equal. But these people are actually very insecure inside, and they're kind of degrading as time goes. So B seems to be something to do with B. So the first one to come out was the Knight of Cups, and it's Belith, and it says, causes all the love that may be, both men and women. So there's the name. That's what I saw. And then with this one, it's like another B word. Bathin. Belith and Bathin. Teaches the value of herbs and stones. Transports anyone suddenly from one place to another. So that was in reverse, right? And so to go from one place to another, to heal, to get to something higher. That's what I'm seeing they don't want. That's the problem. They want to keep you down here. Then the next one to come out was in reverse, Nine of Swords with Leray. Causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. And that's what I see, is they want this fight. They want this battle. They want this person to be like, oh, if the truth ever gets to them, it's gonna crush them. Like they're gonna overreact. They're gonna do all this other stuff. Oh, forgot about that. Places to be, people to see. I'll make this quick, Spirit. Yeah, but there is none, because that's what I get, is that this person, once they find out the truth, they're just like, thank you. Like, I understood all this stuff, but it almost was like, again, I said, a little bit of paranoia. Like, it's just weird that I always felt off about this. It just never seemed right. But now, all is right. Because you can't stop someone's fate or destiny or anything. It is what it is, and people are going where they're guided to. So, that's the card we have. What is it? Azalalel, God sung above all. It says loyalty and allegiance, friendship and reconciliation. And that landed on the one that causes love. There's something to do with like love. And I get that this might have been a friend of, like, okay, so that's what they're showing me now. They used to be really, like, because they're in your circle. Like, you trust this person. Are they, like, in your circle? No, it's someone that you deal with a lot. And you cared for this person. And, like, they're still there. But they view you as a fool. That they can control you or something. And so, again, I felt like it was going to come back around, right? But the next one out is, I am so bad at these words. But here you go. You read first, and then I'll try and say it. It's a 3 of Wands with Setail, that word. It's in reverse. So, construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversities. That one landed on teaches the value of herbs, right? There's someone trying to stop something. And then the last one was Rahaliel, whatever, you read. And that's 7 of Wands with liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. Yeah, that's the thing too, is that most of this is happening behind the scenes, and it's hard to trust because, again, it's a mind thing. But here's the thing. Remember how I said heart? I was like, I felt sick to my stomach. I feel like your gut is telling you, your intuition is like, I feel like the intuition picks up on the vibes around you. Your mind will tell you a story, but the heart's not affected because the heart is very open. The heart is very loving, and you go where you want. I grow where I want. Which is funny because before I got here, I was making chicken fingers, and I was like, I'm just going to eat my chicken fingers while I make the video because I do what I want. And they're just sitting there. I haven't eaten them yet. Okay, so here's the next ones to come from the Outlaw one. We have Our Lady. And when I saw that one, I got Ruby Soho song. So there's something that really just pisses someone off about a feminine energy, right? That's what most of the songs were talking about, a feminine energy or love or something like that. And it just annoys them. The next one we have is Twilight in reverse, to do with this friendship or this community or collaboration. Friends, again, it was protection from adversaries that are trying to keep you stuck, right? This is current moment. So in the past was like, oh, this person just oozes or radiates joy and happiness and bliss because they've done the hard work. So they must just be like really superficial or dumb or something like that. But the only reason why they are that way is because they've actually gone through their depths, the dark night of the soul, dealt with their demons. And that's what I'm getting, is that this person can understand what these people are talking about because they've gone through way worse. They've gone through the pits of hell, and hell was like, thank you for staying true to your heart. Your heart did not get changed in the inferno. You rose and you actually understood all levels, right? I saw on Facebook or YouTube, I don't know, something came across my mind, but it was like this tree that almost looked like a human in it. And then on it, they put a wig. And it was like the creepiest looking thing. It looked like, but that is one of the levels or layers of Inferno. And those were people that hurt themselves. So they went to the one layer and they were stuck there in eternity. And so in that story in Inferno, right, this is a motherly energy. This says motherly saint. And he always loved his mom because his dad was a tough ass, someone who like manipulated and abused and did whatever. But his mom was so loving, but she couldn't deal with the hurt. And so she did something unimaginable. And so in the story, she's stuck in one of the levels. And so that's what I'm seeing kind of come through. I find that very sad energy. But it's like, going through each layer of the Inferno and understanding why someone would act that way. That's what I get, is that this person can have the hard conversations and they're not a superficial fool. And all you had to do was just talk the truth. And I'm hearing Spirit come in and say, be a man about it, right? So gender is whatever, right? Just have the balls and courage to face your fears, right? You can be feminine, you can be a woman or a man. You still have to deal with that masculine energy and have the open-hearted feminine energy of it. So with Twilight, reflection and assessment. What about it, Spirit? The people aren't reflecting. They're not assessing the situation right. They're trying to like just close the book and be like, nope, we know. We already said how things are. We're suppressing this. I'm the authority on this. And Spirit's like, no, you're not. You're not the authority on this, because there's really deep, deep levels of things that need to come through. There's some demonic, dark ass energy that just needs to be dealt with. And these people are harming others that should not be harmed. And so Spirit's tired of it. But in the future, I don't know, because I feel like all of this is hidden and it's coming to light. It can't be anymore, because like I said, the energy has gotten toxic and sickening, sick to the stomach energy. And so this was liberation and deliverance, and this is the end of a battle, and that's what's coming to light. Like, I almost feel like it's going to come up and out, and these people's truths and the shady stuff and the meanness of what they said behind closed doors was never secretive, ever, because Spirit, the wind talks. And so for those that have the ears, the intuition to listen to the wind, Spirit will tell everything. I'm almost seeing, there was one person, I know they were lying to me. And I asked them 2 times. And that's the thing, is like, just say the truth and things would have been like understandable. But I asked them both times. And the first time, I got a lie. And then there was another time where they were a bit inebriated and they let truth slip out. So then I asked again and it was a different story. And that was the clarification that I needed. Like, you can't hold your mask all the time, especially when you're a liar, right? You don't remember what lies you told. And so that's hard. And so that's where that guilt and that everything, I don't know, it's just going to become too much. It's too much. So the next one to come out, I've never seen this card in my life, but what is it? Highwayman. Indomitable spirit and legacy. And so I see this as a robot, but I almost see it as a broadcaster on a radio with the antenna. Like I said, you're saying things behind closed doors, but the wind talks. Spirit broadcasts things to people. And so for this person, that I know they were lying to me, because Spirit gave me all these downloads, and these downloads were like, and this is like years ago. So I can kind of relate, like it messes with your mind because the person to you should be telling the truth. They should be an honest person. They should be the one in your wolf pack that has your back, right? You're supposed to grow together. It talked about the herbs and the crystals and the elevating together. But if someone's drilling holes and lying, so the way I had this vision, I'm like, there's just no, I'm making up a story in my head. This is such a made up story. And so I just kind of held it for a bit. And for a bit, I mean like months. And then I would get piece by piece by piece from spirit. And I had to be like, not let it consume, right? Because it would really mess and twist up the mind. You need to know who you are. You need to know how you think. You need to know what your heart is, who your heart, who are you? And then the other energies, when you get this weird feeling, because sometimes there is stuff that you need to deal with. And if you're dealing with it, you'll know this ain't my energy. Like today, as I was driving, I'm like, this ain't my story. Take this out. But it wasn't until I actually got the download and started that I could actually remove it. Spirit's like, time for this story, time to deal with it now. This message is important for someone, because the thing is I feel this person fighting in their mind, and people being like, you're crazy, you're this, you're something, you're overreactive, you're so dramatic, you're the problem. You're not the problem. They're lying and manipulating in this story and twisting things. And so I don't like that. I don't like that for you. But I see liberation coming. And as this one said, indomitable. Where's that wording today? It's not wording for those people either. They keep these secrets, although they're not secret because they keep talking, just not to you. Not to what really needs to be dealt with. They're not saying important words. They're just blowing smoke up everybody's ass. And they're liars. And I don't like liars. I really don't like liars. And that's why I think this energy of this story just like pisses me off. Because like, you shouldn't have people lie to you. You should be able to go where you're going and trust those around you. You should be in a loving, supportive environment, because the energy that I pick up on this person, that's who you are. And I don't know, you know, and if this is not your story, don't make it resonate, because, right, we're not building paranoia, but whoever this is, I almost feel like they already have that energy. Their mind's like, their intuition's telling them something, and then reality's showing them another thing, and they keep having this energy back and forth. And so bring it to the heart, because you are love, you are light, and you're here for a purpose. And Spirit's been guiding you on this journey. And that's what I feel like. You're like, well, I've been going where I'm meant to. I've been doing what Spirit wants me to. Why would Spirit put me in these situations? And the thing is, the situation never should have been a thing. Never shoulda, woulda, coulda. These are people with their own vendetta, their own egos, and they see something pure and beautiful and loving, and they want to twist it and manipulate it. And I'm just getting so mad. So I'm like a little Aquarius and humanitarian. I might be cold of like, you do you, like you can figure it out on your own. But I truly do care for everyone, especially when it comes to soul work. That's where my passion lies. Balancing the scales of Matt, for you to come here and do your karma from past lives and things that you kind of bleed into this life. And sometimes you don't know why you have these thoughts or feelings and stuff. And I love helping people kind of work through these things, especially if it's so unseen. But the thing here is like, this person did that work. They're on their path. They're on their destiny. They're doing what's right. And there's just little assholes who are thinking that they're better than everyone else. And no, even Spirit's mad. So we need 2 more, and then we can wrap it up. Oh, 2 came out. Thank you. So to come over here in this energy, we have the nuthatch. It says, stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. This is in the past. I feel like someone's been heart-centered, very open, and so you accepted these people into your energy field, and you did it with love and grace, and as it said, grounded. So when I see grounded, I see the energy coming through the crown to the center, like a clear mind, open heart. That's the energy I see. See people taking advantage of that. Little monsters is what they are. They got little monsters inside them that are growing and growing at a rapid rate. Now they're full-blown demons. They've got attachments, and those demons will see something loving and get jealous. A little green-eyed monster. They want to say that it's blue. Clear skies are blue, but there's a shitstorm coming. We have dove. Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is divine quality. Cooper, what is going on with you? Why don't you go lay in the bed? Or hop up on the chair? You got some options. Here, hop up. Or go lay down. Reflection. The love landed with the twilight. Yeah, I said hop up or go lay down. Thank you. You weren't even supposed to go through these lessons. This energy was never even supposed to be a thing. It was supposed to be spoken of and dealt with months, years, decades ago, a very long time ago. And so the fact that you're still dealing with it, it's because these people won't lean into the sword. They won't have the hard truth. They won't face their own truth. So it's now another deeper lesson for your soul that your soul never even came here to learn, but it is what it is, and you have to accept. I don't even know what you have to accept, but I'm just seeing not engaging with that. I feel like whoever this is that loving, open person, but they're also like balanced, justice, warrior, that type energy. And so it says, feel and allow a deeper sense of peace. All those who are like avoiding the conflict, if they really wanted to deal with all this, they would have came and spoke to you. They would have dealt with it, because that would have cleared the air, and peace would have came. But they don't want peace, right? Because they keep the energy going and going and going. They're choosing conflict. They're choosing violence. They're choosing to battle against you. And the more and more you suppress another person, especially if they're following their path, their dharma, and their north node, that's huge karma retaliating on them. And so the guilt will eat them inside. So this is now a new lesson of like someone coming at you with pure hate for no reason, and for you to not take that energy on, because I feel, again, a mind confusion. I saw something over here. What's going on? There's an energy in here. No, they say that was okay. I feel like you see things out of the corner of your eye. There's things, glimpses. You see their mask fall, a glimpse, and then all of a sudden you look and it's like right back to something. And so that's what they're saying. Those little glimpses that you keep seeing, say something. But say it from your heart. Be like, what's up with this? Like, I don't know, just start questioning things, because you said this, but then this, and then you said this and this, but that doesn't match up with this. I'm seeing a paper trail. I'm seeing it all unfold. I don't know, there's just a deeper soul lesson for you here. So then in the future, I see you back on your path, back on your destiny, no conflict, none of that. And then the bird feather to represent that was the blackbird. And I heard the Beatles' Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Why? Because you spoke up. You said, hey, what's up with that? You said this. And they can't. Their masks are slipping. And it says, the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. So you had all this potential. You had all these things. I almost feel like you should have been farther. Things should have already progressed so far. But these people are keeping you kind of bottled, pushed down, something. So I'm seeing things get tapped, and you're going to start to see progress really fast. Because again, in that download, I felt sick to my stomach. It was not right. But once I connected, download, 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 download. It was almost like, you know how you have like your phone on airplane mode and then you take it off airplane mode and like 50 million people text messaged you and it's all going to come in now at the same time. So if you feel like you've been stalled or progressed or something, I feel like first off, you're going to see this mask slip. Even before that, first off, I feel like there's a battle in your mind of not being able to trust or paranoid or something, but your real energy, usually I'm getting like, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, something, I don't know, you see something. And there's this mind energy that just kind of needs to shift. We need peace in there, peace of mind. Bring it to the heart. From the heart's going to grow and it's going to find, I don't really want war. I don't want conflict. I don't want to be a part of this if that's how everyone's going to treat each other. I don't value that. I see removing yourself, and in doing so, shutting that energetic portal to you, because I feel like you've been the brunt of all this weird energy coming to you. It makes you sick to your stomach. Maybe the truths that they have been hiding will come out and you'll just be like, is that who you really are behind the mask? I don't want anything to do with it. That's what I see. I see you taking your energy back and them dealing with their stuff. You're not gullible. You never were. And I keep seeing you see these things. And so for you to speak up, speak out, I don't know. I just see the conversation. I don't see, in very slim cases, I see them coming to you and talking to you and telling the truth. And in doing so, a little bit of their karma will be a bit lessened. But most of them, I see it's in a backhanded, roundabout way, spirit telling on them, finding this piece to this piece to this piece to this cord, pulling it, and then that cord pulls off. The wind's going to talk. The wind talks, spirit talks. You can't hide it. And again, it's bringing me to that situation back in my past. And I brought it to his attention. And the synchronicities, and he lied. He was like, no, that's not true. No way that would be. And the next thing you know, he's like, goes to his friend and he's like, dude, this and this and this and this. Like, how could that be? And then he told me that when the second time. That's when I was like, interesting. But then the coincidences that spirit gave me, they eventually led me to something that was like, this should not exist. This proof should not exist. And so once I had that proof, I was like, okay, I know who you are. I know you're a liar and that you don't think I can handle the truth. But spirit already told on you months ago and you've been smiling and doing all this stuff. But it's almost creepy to know that they could smile to your face and behind thinking, do that? You know what I mean? So I feel like that's that freeing thing. You're like, okay, I'm going to let you have your energy. I'm going to close this door. You can have all that back. I'm not dealing with this because this has cost me a lot of stomach issues. I don't know, something to do with the stomach, solar plexus, your confidence, and digestion issues. And I'm going to free myself. And I'm going to go, I really got to start emptying my phone, but I'm going to liberate this and I'm going to follow my path that spirit has been, because you've done a lot of the soul work. You've done a lot of everything. There's like this legacy to unfold. And I feel like once you, whatever this is, gets dealt with, like again, it's going to come in like, like message after message after message. It's going to be like blessing after blessing after blessing, gift after gift after gift from spirit. Something's been blocked, but the path is clear now. And it should have never been blocked in the first place. So with that, we'll leave it there. I hope you have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.